Hey guys, it's Cole. I wanted to do a review for my Freetom prosthetic sleek 5-inch 4-in-1. And I did a unboxing video on this a few weeks ago, and I finally had a chance to wear it in the rodeo boxer shorts that were designed to go with it. I have a few complaints, a few suggestions. Always just know that, at least for this video and probably many going forwards, I am not sponsored. I have paid for this product. I have paid actually for all the products that I have. And I just want to do these videos because I find that when I'm looking for a product, I tend to turn to YouTube and turn to you guys to watch a lot of your videos. So let's get started, shall we? So I bought a prosthetic with Freetom, like six. I bought it around Thanksgiving. It was here by Christmas. So I've had it for about 6 weeks. I've been wearing it on and off. I wore it to work once. Bad idea. I'm a nurse, so I'm always moving. I'm always running. Always just on the go. And even in the underwear that I bought, it didn't work well. I was always trying to like fix it and make sure it wasn't gonna like fall out and like down my pant leg. So that being said, I did contact Freetom to kind of talk to them a little bit about smaller lengths of their STPs and things. Now, here's the thing, okay? It can only be so small, and I get that. My only other packer that I ever had was the Mr. Limpy, which was in like the 3-inch or the 3.5-inch. So he was like this when he was packed down. And I'm from the generation where we made our own STPs out of those elastomer packers, so that's all I ever had. So this was my first like actual big purchase of a 4-in-1. Specifically, I wanted it for the STP function and for the packing. So if you haven't had a chance to check out Freetom's page, you should go do that. They are a small business. They have all of like 4 employees, and they were designed from a trans man for trans guys. So that side's nice. I have a few things about it that I like just don't fully understand. Maybe it's because like an average height build of a guy. I am 5'6", and I'm actually on the bigger side. I'm like a 200-pounder right now. But at no time do I want like this giant flaccid dick in my pants. Like, a lot of their sizes are large. Like, big, flaccid dicks in your pants. Like, most cisgendered men, like, their dick is not like 6 inches flaccid in their pants. So, you know, I don't want to have to try to figure out where to put that thing. So, I got the sleek 5-inch in warm rosy. One of the things that you should think about when you're purchasing a packer is that cisgendered men, their genitalia tends to be a couple skin shades darker than their actual skin. And if you're going to be using an STP and you're brave enough to use a urinal, then, you know, God forbid somebody's eyes kind of like float. They shouldn't, but if they do, or they see it out of the side, they're not going to have any questions because you're not going to have this like pink bubblegum like STP next to you or next to them. So I am obviously going to be showing this prosthetic. It is a prosthetic for female to male transitioning men to help with dysphoria. If you are family, if you are friends, if you are general public who does not wish to see any male, you know, penises or it's not a real penis, but a prosthetic in a penile shape, then please go ahead and leave now. Here's your disclaimer. This is an educational purpose. If you are friends and you just are interested, then stick around. And I hope that this can help any other guys who have any other questions related to this particular product. Okay, so Sleek 4-in-1 by Freetom in a warm rosy. So I love the color. I'm not even gonna lie to you. The color is great. My skin tone, I'm kind of like a olivey kind of color, and this is just beautiful. Like it's amazing. Something else that I really liked about it was detail. Like, I did not get a painted version because the painted prosthetics are extremely expensive, and all the reviews that I have read talk about how the paint just like wears off. So I didn't get it painted because I'm not going to spend a ton of money and have the paint wear off. But the detail, even in these alone, are great. And one of the things I really liked about it was a lot of the STPs on the market, when you look at like the head of the penis where like the urethra is, they just have this like, a good hole because they have to have a nice hole for urine to come out of, but they don't look, genuine like a cis guy's penis. And I liked that about this because you'll see, there it is, right? So you actually, little squeeze when you're doing your business, and it just opens right up, and you're good to go. And it's just awesome, So that was something that I thought was really great about it, and I still, big fan. The STP function in itself is a great STP. I've never had an STP like this before. I thought it was going to take a lot of practice. It really has not. Really kind of user-friendly. I think that by having a big funnel, which you've got this big funnel here, that it works really well, and it drains really fast. So, like, I don't know if you can see this. If I can, there we go. You can see the hole out the other side. Like, it actually drains really quickly. It just works really, really well. And it's made of silicone, so you can boil this sucker if you want to sanitize it. It does pick up hair, cat fur, like crazy. Lint, everything. So, if you dust it, powder it, they're better. They're not as sticky. That being said, sticky, you can hear. Sticky. So that in itself actually is kind of helpful when we talk about the pleasure side of this. The idea of a 4-in-1 is 4 functions, 1 prosthetic. So these were created for an STP. They were created to pack. They were created for pleasure, which is what these up here are for. These are actually ribs that are built into the silicone, and the basic idea of it is F to M guys, as they are on testosterone, their lower anatomy, their clitoris, it starts to grow. It doesn't grow like crazy, okay? It grows about 1.5 to 2 inches, and it, things kind of change when it grows, pleasure-wise. Like, things that worked before don't work anymore. There's actually a really good video about this that I can put a link to if you guys are interested in it. Very educational-wise. It's great. So the basic idea of this is that you put your growth, your junk, in here, and then a little suction, right? A little squeeze action. The suction actually like pulls your junk in here, your growth, and rubs against these ribs and creates pleasure. I'm only 7 weeks on T. I have not had a lot of growth yet. My first couple weeks, I was on a really low dose, so it's not something that is good for me at my point of transition, because my junk is not this big. So there is a company called GenderCat, who creates what's called a fascination sleeve, and it comes in like 3 different sizes. One size is actually really supposed to be good for pre-T and beginning T guys, which I'm considering. So the other fourth idea with this would be sex play, and they give you this rod, and it's bendable. You'll see it bends, creaks, which is weird. They say that creaking is normal and that it doesn't do that forever. God, I would hope not. But basically, what you do is you take this and you stick it in your prosthetic, and what it does is it firms up the shaft of your penis. Now, like I said, this is a 5-inch STP. This is not the length I'm going for when I'm looking for penetration. You know, that's not really going to do it for me, for my partner, you know. But, because, you know, the whole idea of partner play is pleasure, and if it's only that long, it's not going to do much. So this is where size matters, folks. But as far as the everyday packing goes, I don't fully understand why so many of the options on Freetom's site are so large. I do understand for like an STP, obviously you wouldn't want to pee on your like jeans or something, so you need some extra like length there, especially because like, you know, you kind of got a cup to like your anatomy, right? And then you, it's kind of a little one-hand action here. So you're gonna do like a little cup to your anatomy, and then a little open sesame to do your business, you know? And in like the harness of the underwear that I got, it actually works really well. The downside is packing in that underwear, because again, there's like an area that holds these two sides and your balls. And I had hoped that because these were like smaller, thinner, soft balls, that, you know, when I packed, that it wouldn't look like something huge. But it still does kind of look huge. And the underwear have a specific like hole that holds this in, and then has a spot that the shaft goes out. So I find, because I'm not used to a longer shaft, that I like tuck it into that like little like corner of material in the opening of the boxer brief. But then when I'm walking and moving and doing things, if I'm sitting or whatever, it's fine. But then when I start to actually walk or drive or do things in public, this stays in place, but this becomes movable in that pocket that is there. And what I keep finding is that while this will stay where it belongs, this turns kind of to the side. And then I have like this action going on in my pants, and that doesn't work for me. So, as always, they're never quite 100%. They're not totally what I want them to be, you know? And I mentioned GenderCat and their fascination sheets, and their fascination sleeves. They also have prosthetics, and they are more expensive. Yes and no. So the base build your own prosthetic is $190. This I got on sale. There was a Christmas sale, and I got it for like $100, and with shipping it was like $1 130. But typically it starts at like 130 to 180. So they're about the same price, to be honest with you. The gender cat does not have an STP function. It's really just a packing function. But it has a like larger tab on it. So like where this has kind of this small like tab material here, there's actually a much larger tab. And it actually comes with like self-adhesive sheets. And the gentleman that has started that business, he also is F to M, and he's got sensitive skin, and he was running into a lot of problems with packers and STPs and adhesives and all kinds of things on the market that were giving him a hard time. And I completely understand, you know, I just want to wake up and get dressed and live my life like everybody else and not have to worry about either wearing a jock strap or a, you know, special harness or special underwear that costs like $50 a pair, just to be able to be me. And so I'm definitely drawn to a gender cat, and we'll see where that goes. Because I really don't need an STP. I think I'd be better off, because I don't use this all that often for an STP. I thought I would, but since it doesn't really work in my pants for work, then that's not really a big thing. I also kind of like the uncuts, and it's kind of hard to find a uncircumcised packer here in the United States, because like in the UK, I guess that's actually really common to be uncircumcised, but here in the UK, or here in the US, we do a lot of circumcision. So anyways, that was the Freetom prosthetic 4-in-1 5-inch sleek prosthetic, and I will put the link for them below. They have some great stuff. I mean, I think that, you know, if you take a look at it and you decide what works for you, then that's great. And yeah, I'm still going to use this until I make a decision on something else, and probably even after that, if I want a nice STP to go out with. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, concerns, comments, please feel free to message me. And I hope that you get some help out of this. I hope it's educational for you, and if you want to follow the rest of my videos, you can do that, and I will see you guys later. Have a good one. Bye.